Welcome to part 9 of our Bowling for Soup Discography Tour. It's been 3 years since the release of the Great Burrito Extortion Case, and in that time the band has recorded their very first live DVD, Bowling for Soup Live and Very Attractive. At the end of this touring cycle and the DVD release, it was time to get back into the studio and record their 8th studio album, Sorry for Partyin'. It's a kick-ass record, so let's go ahead and get started. Starting off, we have a really cool dance song. Now, this song has always made me happy. Bowling for Soup has always been really good about taking good-natured shots at society and the music industry. I remember when this album came out, punk rock was in a very challenging place. It seemed that a lot of bands were going to disband, and it was just turmoil for the industry. At least in the industry for bands like Bowling for Soup or MXPX and Sum 41, just to name a few. But despite these setbacks at the time, Bowling for Soup managed to make fun of the music industry by releasing their own dance song, which honestly is way better than any of the dance songs that were released at the time, at least in my personal opinion. So we have this fantastic beauty, a really cool dance song. Then getting into No Hablo Inglés, if somebody that doesn't know you gets mad at you, uttering the words No Hablo Inglés, in theory, might get you out of trouble. I still have yet to try this on someone that doesn't know me, so the jury's still out on that because doing it to somebody who does know you is completely useless. For all of my Bowling for Soup fans out there, have you tried this? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to know your experience if you decided to just go ahead and give it a shot because of this song. The music video for this is a lot of fun. It was directed by former Sum 41, current drummer in his basement, Steve Yacht. Sorry, I felt compelled to throw that plug in there. If you haven't seen Steve's YouTube channel, you definitely need to go check it out. I will link to his channel down in the description. The video takes the form of an infomercial for the program of getting out of trouble by using the phrase no hablo inglés. Now, according to Steve-O, this was Jared's idea, and then Steve-O went ahead and directed this video. And I'll leave a link to the music video down in the description as well. If you are easily offended, you're going to want to pass by this next song and don't watch the music video for My Weena. But for the rest of us, there is a double meaning in this song, just in case you couldn't figure that out just by listening to it. It does sound like he's singing about his girl Weena, but the double entendre here is that he's actually singing about his Weena. And if you watch the music video, by the end of the video, you find out that Jared's not actually singing about his Weena or his girl, his Weena. He's actually singing about his dog because at the very end of the video, he wakes up from a dream and he's holding his dog, which has a dog collar on with the name Weena. I think one of the things that made this funny to me, I looked up the name Weena and this is what I found. Weena is a name of Scandinavian origin, primarily used in Sweden. It is a feminine name, often associated with beauty and grace. The name holds a gentle and calming presence, evoking feelings of serenity and elegance. And the silliness just gets deeper. No pun intended. Last week I mentioned that this album has a bit of a sound change from the previous records. This album is a segue of sorts in their career, and this song, Only Young, not only has a more mature sound for the band, but the theme as well is a bit out of character. It's still a fun song about living it up, but it's an anthem for being young, for living your life and having some fun because you're only young for so long. So make the best of it that you can. Make tonight the best night of your life and the next night and the next and the next and the next. Moving into I Don't Wish You Were Dead Anymore, we get some killer piano, which is played by Linus of Hollywood on this song. Then Gary comes in full force with the drums. In this song, Jared is wishing well for his ex, hoping that everything is going all right for them, while admitting to the fact that he doesn't wish that she was dead anymore, and all it took was her moving away for that to happen. Then we get into BFFF. Best freaking friends forever. It's important for every person to have at some point in their life a friend that they can get into mischief with, that they love dearly. And this is a song that Jared wrote where he's singing about just such a friend, someone who has been there through thick and thin and wild and crazy stuff. Then Me with Know You. Jarrett has an incredible ability to paint a picture with his words. In this song, he's expressing his heartache and the pain that comes from ending a relationship. He uses numerous metaphors to drive home the point of just how broken he is feeling after his girl has left and pointing out that the dreams that they had and the life that they were building together just isn't going to come true now, and those memories aren't going to go away for him. Then we have a love song of unusual nature. In Hooray for Beer, Jared is singing the anthem of beer lovers everywhere and how this drink has changed his life. Initially, it sounds like it's going to be a regular love song until we get to the chorus and we hear Jared shout, hooray for beer. It's all around just a fun song and very enjoyable. I've always loved the song America, Wake Up Amy, because it's not your typical song lamenting the bad direction of a country. It's more encouraging than detracting, pointing out that there were some good things for America and that they need to wake up and stop fighting. The way it's written, it sounds like he's singing about a girl, but it becomes clear through the lyrics that he's actually singing about America. The song, If Only, is quite interesting because it's almost exclusively chorus. There are verses of sorts, but the verses are Jarrett speaking into an answering machine. And for you younger viewers, an answering machine, it's kind of like voicemail, except it's its own separate box. So back in the day, when you would call somebody's landline phone and they didn't pick up, it would go straight to their answering machine. And there would be a message there, just like voicemail. You leave a message, and then when somebody would come home, they'd listen to those recordings. So in this song, that's what he's doing. He's calling up his ex to express how he's feeling, and he's getting the answering machine, and so he leaves those voicemails. There we go. He's leaving those messages on the answering machine there for her. Come to find out, by the end of the song, he realizes he's been dialing the wrong number the whole time. And in actuality, when the song ends, you actually find out he's in a drive-through at the order box, lamenting to the person taking his order. I find the chorus to be quite beautiful, and honestly, this is one of their songs with Jarrett's best writing, in my personal opinion. Next up is I Got You, and this song is very peppy, it's very happy. The thing I find interesting about the song I Got You is the majority of the song seems to be nonsense, but if I understand this correctly, the supposed nonsense that he's naming, such as different foods, to different things in nature, to bands. Really, he's just saying that they don't really mean anything to him, but it doesn't matter because he's got the girl, hence him singing joyfully, I Got You. Love Goes Boom is the next song, and his metaphor here is likening love to a time bomb and expressing that every time she walks in the room, he feels his heart explode. Now, I don't know if you have ever experienced this particular feeling where when you think of somebody or spending time with somebody or that you're going to see somebody, that you feel that you're just going to explode inside, that your chest is just going to burst. It's a very happy and wonderful feeling. And I imagine that that feeling is what he's talking about. I call it the explodey feeling. And I'm assuming that that's what this song is about. And if you've ever felt that, you'll know that that's a wonderful feeling. And the idea of love goes boom is just wonderful because every time she walks in the room, his heart just goes crazy. Love can be crazy and messy like a car crash or a hurricane, but it can also go boom. Next up, we have I Can't Stand LA, which could also be called Around the United States with Bowling for Soup in 3 minutes. In this song, Jarrett talks about different places he's been, different places that the band has played, and how they've been treated in these different locations, and how LA does have some certain things that they do like about it, but overall, they can't stand LA because there's some things that just drive him absolutely crazy about it, and I can 100% understand this. The times that I've been through Los Angeles, I haven't really been too impressed by the place. But all that aside, the song is upbeat, it's fast paced, and a lot of fun. And then once again, we have the song Belgium. But this time, we get the polka version of Belgium because on this version, Bowling for Soup invited the band Brave Combo to play and sing as well. And they are from Denton, Texas as well. Making the polka version really spices up the original, and I think it gives it an edge that makes it seem quite different, even though you might be familiar with the song already. It's just a really neat change altogether. Then we have the bonus tracks. Starting off with I Just Want to Be Loved. Now, the title of the song pretty much tells you all that you need to know about it. It's a song about him expressing that he just wants to be loved. Musically, one of the cool things about this song is at the end, you really get a sweet piano part. It's almost like a piano solo in a way, but there are other instruments that stay in enough that it doesn't really feel like a solo. But it sounds really cool with this song. So listen to the song, check it out, tell me what you think about the piano part at the end of the song, and leave that down in the comments below. I've decided that Bowling for Soup needs to have an award for writing the greatest song about potentially messing up. Choke is a song talking about how he's probably going to mess it up again, and he can give it his best shot, but he's probably going to choke. Now, the song Everything to Me. Bowling for Soup deserves the underrated heartfelt award because Jarrett is able to write some of the greatest songs for touching the heart, and this song is geared toward telling somebody just how much they actually mean to him and letting them know that they're everything to him. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's such an amazing song, and I think this is one of Jarrett's best, actually. Then the song Walk of Shame. This song to me sounds like it belongs on a rom-com. It just has that particular tone to it. And I'm not sure if you know what I mean, but if you're listening to the song, I think you might pick up what I'm talking about. The two separate stories within the song. The two people had a wild night of drinking and seems like they've had a one night stand, waking up alone, wondering what happened. But overall, the sound of the song is quite interesting because it's quite a bit different from their usual sound. And like I said, it sounds like it belongs in a rom com. Then Amateur Night feels like the prequel to Walk of Shame. Everybody is at the bar and drinking like crazy and trying to get lucky. I think if you put this song and Walk of Shame together, you could have a concept EP. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. Now, My Girlfriend Sucks is pretty simple. He thinks his girlfriend sucks and he wants a new one. It's a straightforward punk song. Not really any embellishments here on the instrumentation. It's they just kept with a very simple sound. Overall, the sound of this record was a bit of a change up for the band. It felt like it had more layers added in with the increase of number of instruments used throughout. You can definitely hear that at this point, they have developed their experiences and they are veterans of the recording process. It's an excellent record. You got to check it out. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And don't forget, if you like this review, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you here next week.